Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a full body workout for you on the reformer. It's going to be a quick but very challenging workout. We are going to use a box for a prop. We are going to go ahead and get started with your foot bars all the way down and one medium spring on your reformer. So foot bars down, one medium spring, and then you're going to put your boxes down like mine. It is on the frame of my reformer and it's also on the foot bar. It's on both sides so it doesn't tilt at all, and then it is not on my carriage, so my carriage is free to move. So go ahead, get yourselves set up. Again, one medium spring. Headrests have to start all the way down for this because we are going to start with bridges, and then we're going to go ahead and lie ourselves down onto our reformers. Now, when we get down, your feet are just going to be onto the box. Depending on how long your legs are, that's where your feet will be at. So I'm going to take my heels out so that my knees are like right over my hips and I'm in a neutral spine in this position. I do have the bottoms of my feet lifted off the box, so my heels are just planted onto the box, and then my feet are about hip distance away, so a little wider than that sits bones distance out. Now, when we're starting with bridges, the idea to begin is that your carriage is going to stay nice and still, and then eventually we will add in a little movement of our carriages. So I'm going to take an inhale here in my neutral spine. On an exhale, I'm going to flatten my low back down into the carriage, push into my heels, use my glutes and my hamstrings, and I'm going to roll my spine up. I'm sending my tailbone to the backs of my knees. I'm inhaling at the top, and then on my exhale, I'm articulating my spine all the way back down into the carriage. I'm inhaling again, my neutral. I'm going to exhale, push into my heels, flatten my low back down, roll my spine up one vertebra at a time, take that inhale at the top, and then exhale, articulate the spines all the way back down. Now we're going to continue with these bridges. They should be a little more challenging than normal with this medium spring. I'm looking at my knees, making sure that they're staying parallel with each other. My feet are staying parallel with each other. Exhale, roll up. Inhale at the top. Exhale to roll back down. Okay, this is going to be the last one up and down. Ooh. Okay, once we come down, we're going to pause at the bottom. The next time we go up, we have to stay up there. Now, if this is too much on your low backs, then you aren't going to come all the way up into a bridge. You're just going to do a pelvic lift, which is when you lift your butt about a fist distance off the carriage. Again, if it's too much on your backs, I'm going to flatten my low back down into the carriage, roll my spine back up into a bridge, hold. Knees, feet are parallel with each other, pelvis is level. I'm going to inhale, push out. Now, as I push out, the knees lowered naturally, so our hips lower naturally. So now my butt is like a fist distance off the carriage. Feel free to measure. When I bend my knees to come back in, my butt is back up into that bridge. So when I push out, it's a natural lower of the hips. When you come back in, it should be a natural lift. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. Again, if that's too much on your low backs, then keep your butts down, hovering off the carriage the entire time rather than lifting back up into a bridge. Lots of glutes, hamstrings, and I'm really feeling my calves as well. Let's do 3, push, pull, 2, last 1. And set your butts down. Feel free to stretch your legs out. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead, carefully come off to the sides of our reformers. That was our lower body warm up. This is going to be our core warm up. The box is gonna stay here. We're gonna stay on the same setting for springs. I'm gonna kneel on my carriage facing my box. Feet are just gonna be right up against the shoulder blocks, and my forearms are gonna be on the box. They can either be apart or together. It's going to be up to you. I'm going to push my carriage out with my knees so I'm more in my 4-point kneeling position. Neutral spine. I'm going to inhale, push out a little further with my knees. I'm not collapsing into my low back. I'm going to exhale, pull in with my knees. Inhale out, exhale, pull. This should be pretty easy. Don't worry, we're going to make it a little more challenging. This is our warm up. Inhale, push. Exhale, pull. I'm drawing my abs in to my back when I pull my knees back in. My arms are staying in the same position the entire time. They aren't moving out. We're gonna go for 2 and 1. Okay, now once I come back in, I'm gonna pause in, back into my 4-point kneeling, neutral spine, abs are in. My feet are up against the shoulder blocks, my toes are curled. I'm gonna push into my forearms, lift my knees a couple inches off the carriage, hold, inhale out with the legs, exhale, bend to come back in. Inhale out, exhale in. The knees have to hover the entire time. Inhale, exhale. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold your legs long. We're gonna hold this plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bend the knees, don't come down. Hold the knees off the carriage for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can come down onto the knees. Let your carriages come all the way back in. Okay, we're gonna take our box off and we're gonna take it all the way to the back side of your reformer. Now, I am taller, I'm 5'9", so I'm gonna go pretty far back. If you're shorter, you might have to have your box a little closer to your carriages. You'll know when we set up into this if you need to move out or in. We are staying on this one blue, which on my balance body reformer, that is a medium spring. We're gonna kneel on our carriages facing our box. My knees are gonna be in my headrest, so my legs are in between my shoulder blocks here, and then I'm gonna drop down onto my forearms here. Now, when I get onto my forearms, I'm gonna step my right foot back, toes are curled underneath me, my abs are in. I'm gonna step my left foot back, toes curled, legs long, abs are in, butts are down. Legs are zipped together. From this position, I'm gonna bend my knees, tuck to pull in, out. Pull in, out. Try to get your carriage to touch the box. It is heavy. Exhale, inhale. 3, 2, 1, and carefully come down onto our knees. Now, when we get down, we're gonna keep the right forearm onto the box. I'm gonna rotate to the left side of the room. When I do this, my right knee is gonna be in between my shoulder blocks. It's gonna be on like the opposite side of the headrest, so the side of the headrest that my strap is on. And then my right shin is gonna be on the opposite shoulder block. So I kind of have my knee like wedged in between my shoulder blocks here. My right forearm is gonna be down, and then my left leg is gonna be long. My hips and my shoulders are parallel to the wall out in front of me. And you can either take your left hand behind your head, up to the ceiling or at your hip, it's fine, wherever you feel comfortable. We're gonna lift this left leg up and we're gonna hold. Then from here, I'm gonna tuck and pull the carriage in with my right side. Let it go back out. Ooh, pull in with the right and out. I'm trying to keep my left leg lifted using the right side to pull and return. It's a lot of abductors, a lot of hip flexors. I want to get into my obliques as well. So think round through the right side to pull, release. Let's go 4. Try to keep that left leg. 3, 2, 1, and return. Ooh, lots of work on that hip. Okay, we're facing center again. We're gonna go back into our center planks with those knee pulls. So I'm gonna drop my forearms back down, step my right foot back, step my left foot back, legs are zipped together. We're gonna do 6. Bend your knees, extend. Bend the knees, extend. Exhale, pull, inhale out. 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, left side stays on. Again, I'm gonna like wedge my left leg in between my shoulder blocks. So my knee is kind of on the outside where my straps are. My shin is right up against the opposite shoulder block. So that's gonna help me just to hold so I can pull in and out. Then my left forearm stays on. I'm gonna rotate my shoulders and hips to the wall out in front of me. Right leg long, right hand wherever. Lift your right leg, hold. The idea is that you're gonna tuck, pull in with the left. Let the spring bring you back. Tuck, pull, let it bring you back. Get that waistline to contract when you pull in And now I want your left waist to get smaller when you go in, longer when you go out. Exhale, inhale. Try to keep that right leg lifted. Again, I'm feeling a lot of abductors, hip flexor, obliques. Trying to keep my shoulders and hips parallel to the wall in front of me as much as I can. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. Okay, once we come back center, we are going to pause. Now, this next one, we are going to stand on our reformers. So just be very careful because your carriages are on a medium spring. They move a little easier than normal. If you don't feel comfortable standing with a spring, I would stand into the well first for this. If you feel comfortable, I'm gonna take my hands onto my box. I'm gonna step up so my left foot is in my headrest and my right foot is right up against the shoulder block. So my toes are like right onto the shoulder block. From here, I'm gonna set my left foot. So again, if you're shorter, that box is gonna have to come closer. My left foot is gonna go onto the box. Then I'm gonna take my hands off the box if I can. I'm gonna take them, I usually like them in front of my chest, but if you wanna take them to your hips, you can go into your hips. Left knee is gonna stay bent. We're hinge forward in a neutral spine. On my exhale, I'm gonna pull my carriage in with my right leg, extend, pull in with my right leg, extend. My left leg does not move. Exhale, pull, inhale back. And my right heel is lifted. When I pull in, I'm kind of bringing my shin onto the shoulder block. My leg is shaking, by the way. Pull, extend, pull, extend. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1, out. Okay, hands back onto the box. We're gonna go ahead, step our left foot back. Again, toes are gonna be right up against the shoulder blocks. I'm gonna take my right foot into my headrest first. Very carefully, I'm gonna take my right foot onto the box, and that's never graceful when I do anything like that. Okay, left toes up against the shoulder block, right knee bent, hands off. Keep the right leg in the same position. Hinge forward, neutral spine, abs are in. Pull the carriage out and let it go back. Right leg does not move. Exhale, pull, inhale back. Ooh, really feeling my right leg here. Try to keep your hands off of the box. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1, hands back down. Oh my gosh. Okay, carefully step your right foot back. I'm gonna drop my heels. Hands are on the box. Both feet are just right against shoulder blocks right now. Then we're gonna stretch. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, we're gonna step off to the sides. Now, we're gonna do, again, bridging. This time, box is gonna stay here. We're gonna stand in the well facing our carriages, and then I'm gonna sit down with my sits bones like right at the edge of the box. I'm gonna take my feet into my headrest. Hands are gonna go into the sides. I'm gonna lift my butt off of the box, walk my feet a little further forward, and then I have to bring my bra line down. So I'm gonna bring bra line down onto the box. And when I lie down, my head should be fully supported. So if you're like me right now and you're looking behind you, gotta scoot a little further forward. Ooh, gotta catch my breath. Okay, once we're here, the further you walk your feet out away from you, the more challenging this is gonna be for hamstring. So up to you how far you go out with your feet. My feet are out about as wide as the shoulder blocks, and then my toes are pointed straight forward. Again, my head is fully supported, my shoulders are fully supported on the box. Hands can either be behind your head with your elbows wide, or you can reach them up to the ceiling with your shoulders down. Hips are lifted up. On an exhale, I'm gonna pull my carriage out and return. Exhale, pull out. Inhale, return. Use those hamstrings to pull, release, pull, release. We're gonna do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we have to keep our hips lifted up. I'm gonna zip my legs together this time. So I'm gonna have to heel toe so my legs are together. Again, the further out your feet are, the more challenging. Singles, right foot stays on, left knee tabletop. Ready? Pull out, release, pull out, release with your right leg. Pelvis stays level, left knee stays in tabletop. 3, 2, 1. Set the left foot down. Right knee is in that tabletop position. Ready? Pull, release, pull, release. Keep your pelvis level. Keep that right leg lifted. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your right foot down. Okay, arms can go down onto the box. I'm gonna use my feet and my arms to inch myself back. Hands on the box, and then your butt can go back on. Easiest way to get back on. Okay, step off of your boxes. Last thing that we're gonna do here will just be a nice little stretch. We're gonna put our foot bars up to the starting position. We can stand this medium spring, and then our boxes are going to go on our carriages this time against the shoulder blocks. We're gonna do a little spinal stretch. Here, semicircle. So I'm gonna sit onto my box facing my foot bar. I'm going to start with my feet on the wooden platform, and then from this position, hands are in the front of the box. I'm gonna set my butt all the way down onto my carriage. It's easier to start in the box and then go down onto the carriage for this. I'm gonna take my shoulders and my head onto the box, and I'm gonna lift my butt up, just like where you were at before. Scoot a little further forward so that your shoulders and your head are fully supported. Then your feet go on the foot bar, and I don't care where you're at, heels, arches, or toes. They can be parallel, sits bones distance away. And for these, I do like hands behind the head, elbows open out nice and wide. Okay, from this position, our hips are lifted up into a bridge. I'm gonna push my carriage out, hold, drop my hips down towards the carriage. I'm gonna bend my knees and my butts down, and then once I come in, I'm gonna roll my hips back up into a bridge. So I push out, I drop my booty down, I bend to come in, I roll back up into the bridge. That's it. So my circles, out, down, in. And you can just breathe whatever comes more naturally too for this semicircle series. Okay, we're gonna do one more like that. Okay, from here, pause. The butts are down towards our springs. We're gonna hold. We're gonna push our carriage out. Our butts are heavy. We're gonna lift our hips up once we go to long legs. Bend the knees, come back in, so we're in a bridge. Articulate your spines down. So drop those booties with an articulation. Push out, roll your hips back up, then come back in. Roll down, push out, lift up, come in, keep going. More. And okay, take your feet on the platform underneath your foot bar. Carefully go ahead, sit back onto your box, and then I'm going to take my toes balls my feet onto the edge of my foot bar. Make sure that your butt is fully supported by the box. We're gonna push out, long legs, and then we're just gonna reach our fingers to our toes and we're gonna pull forward so that we can stretch out the backs of our legs. Head heavy, chest heavy. Hold yourselves here. Okay, take your hands off, lift your heels up, consider ourselves off to the sides once those carriages come in. We are all finished with that workout. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me today.